Hello, Cherie Hanson here. We're having a day that is looking very much like autumn. We have a lot of rain coming, thank you, and that's going to help the earth. Today, when I was in meditation, what came to me was the Humpty Dumpty rhyme. All the king's horses and all the king's men can't put normal back together again. We're done with normal. We're done with the old. We're done with the predictable. It is very much like what's happening in Iceland with all of the earthquakes, the cracking in the surface. It is the thing that we need to really pay attention to, in that the sense is that it's falling apart. The system didn't work. It was corrupt. It was cruel. It was keeping us blind to how many people were suffering on the face of the earth. And it's kind of like when you're going through a dark tunnel for a long time and then you come out into the light, and what happens is shock. You're feeling like it's too bright, there's too much detail. I don't want to know this. Just turn the lights back off again. Let me just get into, eating food to fill my emptiness, or spending money to make me feel powerful. Don't make me look at this. And I think that it is actually a wonderful thing if we can manage to tie ourselves to the mast so that we can get past the sirens of despair. We need to find a way to ground ourselves, to calm ourselves, to create confidence in ourselves as we go through this. The other day, I was standing in line and somebody said that their online banking wasn't working, and somebody else said, oh, their phone wasn't working, and somebody else said, well, all of a sudden their website shut down. And I said, yeah, it's kind of comforting, isn't it? And they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, you can be right. If we want to be right, we can embrace the fact that it's not working. And we can embrace the chaos, and we can say, yes, I understand that this is a great shattering. This is a great demolition zone. One of the buildings that they recently built downtown for student housing has cracks in it. And I thought to myself, well, yeah, I've known for the last 10 years of buildings down there that had cracks in them because they're building on unstable land with water under it. They have taken away all of the ability of the earth to filter off rainwater, because all of the wetlands and all of the places that nature set up to deal with that are now subdivisions and have structures on them. And I remember walking down the sidewalk to downtown and seeing that it was shattered. There was a fissure in the entire sidewalk. And I'm going, how do you not know this? And then I came back, as I always do, to myself and say, well, what are the things that you don't know? What are the things that you are blind to? And I find that that's what I always do. That's my practice when I'm looking out at other people and judging them and saying, in my mind, how can you have not understood this? Then I turn inward and I say, what is it you're not understanding right now? Because this is a great opportunity to grow myself. This is a great opportunity to make myself more grounded, wiser, more settled. If it is human nature to be blind, if it is human nature to be like a group of grazing deer, and everybody's in this herd and they're all doing the same thing at the same time, and then all of a sudden you put your head up and you realize that 90% of your behavior is being dictated by social signaling, by what other people do. And what I came to today, I thought was really interesting. I'm finding on Facebook, on TikTok, on social media, people who are being brazenly authentic. I don't mean by that they're being cruel or vicious or in any way unmindful of other people, uncompassionate. That's a different thing. What I mean is they know who they are. And as the systems shatter, and as the parade that we joined, we're in the section of clowns, or we're in the section of, drum majors, or we're in the section of the playing band that, the Caribbean band, and we're all playing the Caribbean drums. And as the parade falls apart and as the groups fall apart, that is when we have the fallback position of asking the question, who the hell am I? Who am I meant to be? Without all of this joining and following and accepting behavior. So I look at people who are magnificently themselves, courageously themselves. And that is usually an artist, somebody who's writing music that is so strong, somebody who is a dancer, who is unnaturally gifted, unnaturally, when we say it's unnormally. And we have to leave the normal if we are going to get to a place where we honor our authenticity. So the shattering, the fragmenting, the old ways, and I think the big word is without thinking. The old way was, I just do this without thinking. Well, you can't do that anymore. You have to understand who you are. You have to be grounded. You have to do the work of looking at your shadow self. And we're being asked to go from two-dimensional paper dolls that, the box you got with the clothing in it, there are only 4 choices, so I will wear that. And everybody looks like this. And I remember when I was talking to my high school students and I said, this is a time in your life when you really embrace herd behavior. And the students were very angry with that. They said, no, that's not true. We're individuals. And I said, okay, so we're going to go around the room and we're going to look at what people are wearing. And what can you wear and still belong to the normal group? And they were astounded because the selection was, I think the most choice they got were 4 different choices. I said, I don't see anybody in here wearing feathers. I don't see anybody in here wearing bells. I don't see anybody in here wearing 1,000 pleats or tulle or brilliant red sleeve one side, yellow sleeve the other. And they had never looked at themselves before. They had never realized that in order to feel safe, in order to fit in, they had limited their authenticity. I can only be, and I think it's like this, I can only be 20% myself, and the rest of it has to be repressed and hidden. And, just sit with your knees together, as my mother used to say, a lady, because she sits with her knees together. So you sit with your knees together and you make yourself as small and as quiet as you possibly can so that you have a stereotype that protects you. So this is the thing I was thinking about today. All the king's horses and all the king's men will never put normal together again. And we're going to be seeing this more and more in 2024. I have to rhyme, sorry. This is where we're headed. So prepare yourself, strap in, baby. Put on your life support system. You're going to be shocked. You're going to be challenged. You're going to be forced to look at things you don't want to see in yourself, in other people, in society, in the world. We have climate disruption coming at us like some kind of Godzilla in a Japanese horror film. There are so many things that are challenging us. So what do we do about that? You ground yourself. You practice breath work. You meditate. You watch your thoughts. And you make your commitment to your body. Body first. Take care of the body. If the body is weak, it can't take very many shocks. And you're going to see many, many people around you decide to leave the earth because they're resigning. That's my white flag. No, I don't like it. I'm leaving. And for those of us that have already gone through this, I call it the forward guard. We were out in front. We understood, we saw it, we experienced it, and we've already been working really focused, disciplined way on grounding ourselves. It's going to be easier for us because we're used to letting things go. We're used to surrender. I don't have control. I don't know the answer. I don't know what's happening next, but I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to give all of the hidden freaks, the hidden creatives, the giant spirits a chance to come out and be who they are. And I'm looking forward to that so much. Thank you for watching my video. I am having workshops in my house. I'm going to be looking at how the ego works with you. In other words, find out the special techniques your ego mind uses on you to keep you small, dissatisfied, a victim, and in the old skin. We don't want that. We want to grow. We want to be one of those glorious, flaming, authentic people that can move the hearts of other people around us with our art, with our words, with our dance, with our spirit. And that's what we want, right? Do get a hold of me if you want channel reading. I'm really getting a lot of people contacting me that are asking for coaching through this quagmire that we're headed into. They're already into, they know it. And remember that the best thing we can do is take care of our bodies and stay in a state of surrender. We don't know what's coming next. We're like sailors on an uncharted sea, but we've got skill. We have skill, and we'll get through it to something better. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe to my video.